Good afternoon. Thank you all for having us. And thank you, members of the committee, for hearing our testimony. My name is Alice Bukhman. I'm an assistant professor of emergency medicine at Harvard Medical School, medical director for the Brigham and Women's Faulkner Emergency Department, co-founder of the Massachusetts chapter of the Medical Justice Alliance, and head of medical partnerships for prisoner legal services. I am here to testify, along with my colleagues here, on behalf of, we're all part of Medical Justice Alliance, in support of S1722, H2693, an act relative to elder and medical parole. Members of our organization regularly encounter elderly and incapacitated incarcerated patients and collectively have years of experience advocating for the delivery of standard of care, health care, as well as medical parole for this population, often to no avail. This bill will take a two-pronged approach to addressing some of the most pressing issues we face in caring for and advocating for a sick and aging prison population. First, as you've heard, it will ensure that medical parole will actually work as it was intended and allow a much larger proportion of the people who qualify for it to be released. We know how expensive it is to care for folks who are at the end of life in prison. And so this not only is what is compassionate, but also what makes financial sense. Second, it will allow us to get ahead of the problem of caring for ill and dying people in custody by giving the parole board the opportunity to consider releasing elderly inmates who may not yet qualify for medical parole, who nevertheless are often dealing with complicated health conditions at great expense to the Commonwealth. As you've all heard, Massachusetts has the highest percentage of incarcerated elders in the nation, which in turn is likely a driver of our status as the most expensive state to incarcerate someone. People who are incarcerated suffer from chronic conditions at higher rates and tend to deteriorate at a faster pace than their non-incarcerated peers. And I have met with and reviewed the records of dozens of people suffering from conditions like end-stage kidney disease, liver disease, heart disease, and chronic pain. While these people may not at the moment meet medical parole eligibility, they are nonetheless severely compromised in their ability to function in a carceral environment, and caring for them is financially, logistically challenging, with many appointments, procedures, and medications to coordinate. Furthermore, the chances that any one of them will deteriorate quickly and die in custody is high, as the time between it being clear that a chronically ill and frail elder's disease has become terminal and death is often very short and not conducive to the process of medical parole. Finally, I'd like you all to consider the alternative to elder and medical parole. What is it like for someone incarcerated to die in the hospital where many terminally ill people pass away? From my experience, it means being guarded 24/7 by guards without access to friends or family. At most hospitals, it is still common for incarcerated patients to be shackled, even while intubated. As a provider, this is horrifying and tragic to watch. Dying with dignity is something to which every human should have access, and it's heartbreaking for someone to die under these conditions when they could and should have been released. As you will hear next, a wide range of healthcare practitioners in our state, from those working in the shiniest academic medical centers to those serving behind the wall, have also struggled to provide good care. Collectively, we ask you to please consider passing this bill.